Welcome. This is lesson 11 of this exact course. Now this time around we are moving on gradually and we're beginning to sharpen our skills and our ability to manipulate text and our data. So we'll be looking at the text functions, text cleaning, text validation, and text processing in this lesson 11 of this Excel course. Now, there are quite a number of them, text functions in Excel. In the past, I've done a video on about 21 text functions and how to use them. You can check out the link to that video in the description. But in this time around, in this course, I'll just be talking about a few the ones that I feel that are important for you to learn to add to your skills. Now, we have a quite number of them, but let's look at the trim function, the lens, the value, the end function, and the tip function. They are functions that you can use to clean your text and validate them because they are important. When you get raw data, these are functions that you need to apply to make sure that you do not have an invalid data at the end of the day. So let's start with the trim function. Now let me introduce you to the function. For example, this formula, this insert function, you can click on it, any function that you are looking for in Excel. Once you just click on it, a box will pop up and you can type it there. Let's say we want to look at the trim function. So we only need to type trim and then we say go, and then you can see that you have the trim function. It is selected and then we say OK. And then we can, the good thing about this is that before you even click on OK, you see your result. Now, the trim function says text. Now, what text do you want to trim? This is the text that we want to trim. And then we simply know from trimming, you can see that that's actually giving us what we should be expecting as our answer. This is actually what we should be expecting as our answer even before we click on OK. No, that's what the function does. So we can now click on OK and then you see. So what does the trim function do? The trim function, we look at the argument, you say equals to trim. Look at trim, say remove all spaces from a text string except for single space between words. That is, any excess spacing that you may have within your text, the trim function will actually remove it and you will be left with just a single space between your text. For example, if you look at this text, there are multiple spaces in between, from the beginning and all of that, but the trim function will actually remove all of those extra spaces and then you'll be left with just one space. So there are, apart from saying equals to and typing your formula like this, you can also access your formula using the function. Just click on the function, this box will pop up, type the function that you are looking for and then click on go. Or also you can go to the formula bar and then we are looking at the text functions. Click on text and then you see a whole lot of them. So the one we are actually looking at is the trim function. So you can just check it out and see if you are able to get the trim function and then you simply click on it. This is the trim function. Click on it and then you see that this box again pop up and then you simply reference your cell, click on OK and then apply your formula to the rest of your text and then you see that your text is clean. So these are functions that you should learn. Apply it when you have raw data so that you can quickly clean your data. Then secondly, let's look at the lens function, which of course scans the number, return the number of characters in a text string. So let's say you want to count the employee ID, you can simply say you reference it this way, equals to lens. We reference the function this way and then we see that this employee ID is 44. So these are functions that you should apply in case you deal with phone number, account number and all of that. Those ones that we know that they are 10-digit number, 11-digit number, they are constant figures. You can actually apply the lens function to make sure that no one is actually having extra number or fewer than what they should have. So it will help you to quickly identify invalid data in your data set. So the value number, the value function rather, will actually confirm whether a text string represents a number to another number. That is, convert a text string that represents a number to another number. So that's what the value does. You can just reference of function, click on OK, and then you simply like, for example, if any of these numbers are not a number, it will quickly show. For example, this 1520, let's say I now change this one to O, and then you see that the value change is saying there's an error, which means that here you quickly identify that if there's an error in your data set and you quickly correct. These are the n function. We can say equals to n, and then we click on OK, and then we reference our value, and then we click on enter. So if we are dealing with numerical values, apply this function so that you can quickly detect whether there are invalid data in your data set. For example, if any of this is invalid, let's say it contains text, the value function will quickly identify it, and the end function will identify it, the value function will identify it, just like what we did here. If I simply change this to O, you can see that the value function quickly say there's an error here. The end number quickly returns 0 because it's actually, this figure actually contains a text, not a number. And then the T will check for text by saying equals to T, the T function. When you put in the value, press on enter, and then if it does not contain text, it will return nothing. But if the value contains text, it will return the value like we have. So you can see that this value actually contains text. So the T function actually returning saying that this value is actually contain text, or is saying this as a text. So these functions are very important, and that's why I've brought them out, so that these are functions that when you get your data, you should apply these functions to them so that you can quickly identify if there are invalid data in your data set, and then you quickly correct them. That's what it does. We can go on to text processing. Like I said, check out the video that I've done in the past about 21 text functions and how to use them. So let's take a look at some of these functions that you can apply to your data set. We have the CONCAT, the TEXTJOIN, the ampersand, the lower. There are so many of them, text functions that Excel have, that you can quickly apply to your data set and then get your job done. So let's look at the CONCAT, what it does. This text function can be used to join text together. You can use them to join text together. We can say equals to text. Sorry, we can say equals to CONCAT. CONCAT function, the text one. This is our text one. Then we press on comma, and then we open a double quotation to create space in between it, and then we press command again. This is our second text. Then we say comma, we open a double quotation, put in space to have space in between the text, and then we have our third text, our third, and then we simply close our parentheses, and then we press on enter. So we've been able to join the surname, this should be name, the surname, the first name, the surname, the first name, and the other name. We're able to join it together to have a full name using the CONCAT function. As you can see, that some of these employees, they have 3 names, some are having 2 names, but it does not matter. We've been able to use the CONCAT function to join all the 3 names together to make a full name. Now let's move ahead. From here, we can also use another text function called the TEXTJOIN to bring a text string together, to join text string together by saying equals to TEXTJOIN. That's another Excel function, Excel text function. Say the first argument here is the delimiter. That is, what is that is separating your text? Is it a space? Is it dash or whatsoever? So that's the first thing that you have to specify. So in this case, we want to say that it is actually space that is separating our text. We say comma, and it says, do you want to ignore empty cells or include empty cells? So we want to ignore empty cells, and then press our comma, and then it says our text. So we can have our text one. We can even reference our text like this, and then we press on enter, and then you have it. So we can apply down, and then so we've used 2 functions to perform the same task. CONCAT, the TEXTJOIN function. You can also use the ampersand, what most people call and, this sign called and, we call it the ampersand. You can also use that to join text string together in Excel. So ampersand to join our text string together by saying equals to, then we come here, say this is the text we want to join, ampersand, we put our ampersand, the and sign, then we create space in between, and then we put the ampersand again to join the text together. This is the second text. As you can see the way it is going, and then we can join the text, the third one together by saying put the ampersand, create a space in between the text, put the ampersand again, and then put your last text, and then you close the parenthesis. You press on enter, or you didn't get it correctly, or if you check the formula, you're able to, this is it, clearly stated, and then we've been able to use it to join text string together. Then you see it, the job is done. Then the lower, what the lower does is that it will convert all your text string to lowercase. Let me fix this so that I can, of course, see when I'm scrolling. So I want to see, yeah, I want to see it this way. So the lower function will of course convert all your text string into lowercase. So as we have here, for example, we say equals to lower, and then we reference this to convert everything to lower cases. That's what the lower function does. Here we can use the proper by saying equals to proper. The proper function will capitalize each of your text. That's what the proper function does. It will capitalize each of your text. If you reference this proper, and then it gives you each of the text, we capitalize each of the text like we have here, and like we have in this place. That's what the proper function does. The good thing is that you can combine all of these functions together. For example, you can combine the proper from the and the trim function and all of that, and your work will be done. The upper, in the other sense, we convert all your text string into capital letter uppercases by saying equals to upper, and then once we reference this, we see that all our texts are now being converted to uppercases. That's what the upper function does. You can apply it. The left function we extract, depending on the number of characters specified, we extract certain number of characters from the left side of the text string. So let's see how it works. So L left, and they say the text, let's say this text, now, comma, how many characters do you want? Let's say I want to, extract just 3. I'll just put in 3, and then I'll close my parenthesis. I'll press enter, and then you see it, and then you see it, you extract 3 letters from all our text strings. The right function will extract a certain number of characters from the right hand side of your text string, depending on the number of characters you specify, by saying equals to right, and then it says text. Let's say we want to extract from here how many letters. Let's say we want to extract 3, and then we have it. So we're able to extract it. Then you can say mid, you can say equals to mid to extract from here. Let's say we want the second text starting number, we say 2, and then how many number character do you want? We want 1, and then we can close it to extract only the middle letters from what I see. Press on enter, and then we can apply them. So these are text functions that you can apply to your work to make your work easier. Just know how to use 1 or 2 of them. Just taking pain to show you as many as possible, but if you have this kind of job, you can just know how to use 1 or 2 of them, and then you are good to go. All right, thank you so much. This is all I want to cover in this lesson. I'll see you in the next lesson. Thank you.